Hello, hello, English learners. Welcome to the Easy English podcast from English Life Channel, your calm place to learn English through real, everyday conversations. I am Sarah.
And I am Alex. We are glad you are here with us today.
Alex, you look as if you did not sleep very well.
I was ready to sleep, but my mind decided that midnight was the perfect time to replay every awkward thing I have ever said.
That sounds very specific.
Because it happened last night, my brain suddenly reopened a meeting from the day before.
Reopened a meeting?
Yes. No invitation, no warning. The meeting simply started again inside my head.
I know that feeling. My mind sometimes reopens old conversations too, especially the ones I thought I had already finished thinking about.
So neither of us has a very respectful mental closing time.
Apparently not, and that is exactly what we are practicing today. How to discipline our thinking without ignoring our feelings or pretending every problem is positive.
And we are using 3 simple words: fact, story, action.
First, notice the fact. Then question the story your mind added. Finally, choose one useful action.
Fact, story, action. I may need that for my meeting.
Tell me what happened.
I shared an idea with my team. My manager listened, looked serious, and said, "Send me some more details tomorrow."
That sounds normal.
It does now, but last night my mind translated it differently.
What did it say?
"She did not like your idea. Everyone thinks it was foolish. Tomorrow, they may ask why they hired you."
Your mind added a lot of information that your manager never said.
One serious expression and one short sentence became a complete workplace disaster.
Let us use the method. What is the fact?
I shared an idea. My manager looked serious and asked me to send more details.
What is the story?
Everyone hated the idea, and now they think I am incompetent.
Do you have enough evidence to know that story is true?
No, it feels true, but I cannot prove it.
That difference matters. What is one useful action?
I can send the additional details and ask whether my manager wants me to develop the idea further.
That gives you real information. It will help more than another night of replaying the meeting.
So I should not watch the recording 4 more times?
The first 4 viewings were enough.
But what if I discover a new facial expression?
That is how dwelling begins. To dwell on something means to keep thinking about it after the thinking has stopped helping.
So I am not solving the situation. I am replaying it.
Exactly. Repetition can make a thought feel important, but repetition is not evidence.
Repetition is not evidence.
We will return to your meeting later because I want to know what your manager actually says.
Me too. At the moment, my imagination has provided several answers, and none of them are encouraging.
That is why we need facts.
And this does not only happen at work, it happens with short messages too.
Definitely. Last month, I sent a friend a message about meeting for coffee. She read it but did not reply for most of the day.
And your mind remained completely calm?
Of course not. Within an hour, I had created a full emotional documentary.
What was the story?
She is upset with me. I said something wrong. She no longer wants to spend time with me.
What did you actually know?
Only that she had read the message and had not replied yet.
So the fact was silence. The story was rejection.
Exactly. I wanted to send another message asking if everything was okay, but I noticed that I was not really asking for information. I was asking her to remove my anxiety immediately.
That is honest.
Uncomfortably honest. So I told myself, I do not have enough information yet.
I do not have enough information yet.
That sentence did not tell me that everything was fine. It simply stopped me from treating the worst explanation as a confirmed fact.
What happened later?
She replied that evening. Her mother had needed help, and she had spent most of the day at the hospital.
So her silence had nothing to do with you.
Nothing at all. My mind had placed me in the center of a situation that was not about me.
That happens often. We receive a small piece of information and quietly make ourselves the main character.
Yes, to assume means to believe something without enough information. When we assume, we often jump to a conclusion before checking the steps in between.
Like seeing someone look at their phone and deciding they are bored with you.
Or hearing a tired voice and deciding someone is angry.
Or receiving the word okay and studying the punctuation like a detective.
Was it a friendly okay? An angry okay? A tired okay?
Was there a full stop? Why was there a full stop?
The dangerous full stop.
So when I do not have enough information, I can say, I do not have enough information yet.
Yes. Then return to what you can actually do. That may mean waiting, asking one clear question, or continuing with your day.
Disciplined thinking is not forcing myself to believe the happiest story.
No, it is refusing to treat the worst story as a fact.
That feels much more honest than saying everything is perfect.
There is another place where the mind tells a fast story: comparison.
Social media.
Social media is very talented at providing incomplete information. A few weeks ago, I opened my phone and saw that a former colleague had received a promotion.
Were you happy for her?
I was. And almost immediately, another feeling appeared.
Let me guess. Your mind turned her good news into a report about your life.
Exactly. The fact was, she received a promotion. The story became, everyone is moving forward except me. I have wasted time. I should be further ahead.
That story became very large very quickly.
It did. One photograph, one new job title, and 3 smiling emojis seemed to explain my entire life.
What information was missing?
Almost everything. I did not know how long she had worked toward it, what difficulties she had faced, what she had given up, or whether the role was even something I would want.
And her progress did not prove that you had made none.
Right. But comparison often takes another person's visible result and compares it with our private doubts.
That is not a fair comparison.
No. So I asked myself, what does this post actually tell me?
What was the answer?
It told me that someone I knew had achieved something important to her. That was all.
What useful action did you choose?
First, I congratulated her sincerely. Then I closed the app and wrote down one step connected to my own work.
What step?
I had been delaying a proposal, so I spent 20 minutes improving the first page.
Her progress became a signal to return to your direction, not evidence that you had failed.
Yes, and I want to be careful here. Comparison is not always bad. Sometimes another person's progress shows us what is possible or helps us discover what we want.
The problem begins when we turn information about another person into a final judgment about ourselves.
Exactly. She succeeded is a fact. Therefore, I am failing is a story.
That distinction is simple, but it can save a lot of energy.
It can. If you notice comparison today, try asking, what do I actually know? And what has my mind added?
Then choose one action that belongs to your own life.
Not their timeline. Yours.
Their progress is real. My story about myself may not be.
I can return to one useful step in my own direction. And the same method can help with English learning.
I suddenly feel nervous.
I understand. I once spent 40 minutes choosing a pronunciation exercise because I did not want to hear my own recording.
That is useful information about you.
It is also uncomfortable information about me, and I have seen your study desk.
My desk is organized.
Your desk is beautifully organized. Your speaking practice, however, has been waiting for almost 3 weeks.
2 weeks and 5 days.
I apologize.
Thank you.
What happens when you sit down to practice speaking?
I open my notebook, my vocabulary app, 2 podcast episodes, a pronunciation video, and sometimes a grammar website.
Sometimes?
Usually.
And then?
I compare the lessons. I try to decide which one is best. Then I organize my notes because the pages look untidy.
How much English do you actually speak during an hour-long session?
Maybe 2 minutes.
There is the fact.
I opened many useful resources, but I only spoke for 2 minutes.
I recognize that pattern because I have done it too. Productive-looking activities can still help us avoid the activity that makes us uncomfortable.
My story was, I need to find the perfect lesson before I can begin.
And what was really happening?
I was getting sidetracked.
To get sidetracked means you begin with one purpose, but your attention moves to something else.
I began with speaking, but I got sidetracked by apps, notes, and lesson choices.
And that helped you put off the real task.
To put something off means to delay it.
Yes, preparation is useful when it supports the action. It becomes avoidance when it repeatedly replaces the action.
So I was working, but I was also hiding.
A little. Shame would only make you hide more. So let us stay practical. What is one finished result you could create tonight?
A 1-minute recording about my day.
That is more useful than the vague goal, improve my English. How much preparation will you allow?
5 minutes to write a few key words.
Complete sentences?
No. If I write everything, I will read instead of speak.
Then what?
I will record once, listen, choose one thing to improve, and record one more time.
Then stop?
Then stop.
You sound uncertain.
Part of me wants to record it 12 times.
Today's discipline is finishing a small task, not creating a perfect performance.
What if I do not feel ready to begin?
Begin for 90 seconds. A small beginning gives your mind new evidence. I can start even when I do not feel completely ready.
So the 1-minute recording is the finished result, and 90 seconds is the doorway into the task.
Exactly. You explained that very clearly.
I would like that sentence written on my organized desk.
You may place it beside the notebook you keep reorganizing.
Fair.
Let us practice the language. I am getting sidetracked by preparation.
I am putting off the real task.
My next useful action is to record 1 minute.
Again, naturally, I am getting sidetracked by preparation. I will close the extra lessons and record 1 minute.
That would actually work.
Unlike, be more disciplined, which sounds useful but does not tell me what to do at 7:30 tonight.
At 7:30 tonight, you need one visible action.
This method feels simple when I am calm. But what about moments when I am angry or embarrassed and want to react immediately?
Those moments are harder because the feeling arrives before the explanation. Recently, my finger was directly above the send button.
That is very close.
Close enough that I had to remove both hands from the keyboard.
What happened?
I had sent a report to a colleague. Later that afternoon, she replied, "Some parts are unclear. Please revise this before tomorrow."
Direct.
Very direct. No greeting, no soft sentence, and no smiley face to protect my feelings.
Haha, the smiley face department was closed.
Apparently, the moment I read it, my face became hot, my breathing changed, and my first thought was, she does not understand how much work I did.
What story appeared after that?
She is attacking my work. She thinks I am careless. I need to prove that the problem is not mine.
What did you type?
The report is clear if you read the previous document. I completed it based on the information your team provided.
Defensive, but understandable. You felt attacked.
Yes, at that moment, I believed every sentence.
What stopped you from sending it?
I noticed that I was typing quickly and adding more sentences. That is one of my warning signs. When I type like that, I am usually trying to release a feeling, not solve a problem.
Sometimes we call a reaction honesty, when it is really pain looking for an exit.
That describes it better than I was about to. I removed my hands from the keyboard, stood up, and filled a glass of water.
Dramatic.
Less dramatic than the message I was about to send.
Fair.
Then I walked to another room for a few minutes.
You took a step back.
Yes. To take a step back means to create enough distance to think before reacting.
Did the feeling disappear?
No, I was still upset. Discipline did not remove the feeling. It delayed my behavior.
That may be one of the clearest ideas today.
Feelings may arrive immediately. Sending, posting, calling, and deciding do not always need to happen immediately.
Let us apply the method. What was the fact?
My colleague said that some parts of the report were unclear and asked me to revise them.
What was the story?
She is attacking me and thinks my work is bad.
What result did you want from the conversation?
I wanted to understand which parts were unclear and finish the report well.
Not prove that you were right?
Not in the first message. I deleted the defensive reply and wrote, "Thanks for letting me know. Could you point out the sections that need more explanation? I will revise them this afternoon."
Much calmer.
And more useful. She sent 3 specific comments. 2 were fair.
Only 2?
I still disagreed with the 3rd.
Good. Discipline does not require you to agree with everything.
Exactly. Calm communication can still be firm. I explained why I had written that section in a certain way and asked whether one short example would solve the problem.
Did it?
Yes, we added the example and kept the main idea.
So taking a step back did not make you weak. It helped you protect your position more clearly.
Yes, the goal is not to remove your opinion. The goal is to express it in a way that supports the result you want.
Let me give the short version. Draft if you need to, but do not send. Take a step back. Ask what result you want. Then rewrite the message for that result.
You explained it more clearly than I was about to.
I will remember this moment.
I expected that.
Let us practice with a quick situation.
A coworker writes, "You forgot to include the attachment again."
My immediate story is, they think I am incompetent.
What is the fact?
I forgot the attachment, and the coworker told me.
What result do you want?
I want to send the attachment and solve the immediate problem.
What could you write?
You are right. I missed it. I am sending it now. Thanks for telling me.
That solves the immediate problem. If there is a larger problem in the relationship, you can discuss it separately.
I do not need to solve the missing attachment and the entire relationship in one angry message.
One problem at a time.
Let us practice the return lines slowly.
I feel upset, but I do not need to respond immediately.
I will take a step back.
What result do I want?
I will respond in a way that supports that result.
Notice that the language does not tell you to stop feeling.
It reminds me that a feeling and an action are not the same thing.
Feelings deserve attention, but they do not always deserve immediate control of the keyboard.
What if I cannot take a long pause? Maybe I am in a meeting, talking to a customer, or speaking face to face.
Then use the fast version: fact, story, action.
Give me a real English situation.
Imagine you are at a pharmacy. You need to explain a problem, but you forget one English word.
The fact is, I forgot one word.
What story might appear?
My English is terrible. I cannot communicate.
Is that story fully supported by the fact?
No, forgetting one word does not mean I cannot communicate.
What useful action can you take?
I can describe the word in another way. I could say, I do not know the exact word, but I have pain here, and point to the place.
That keeps the conversation moving.
I could also ask, what do you call this in English?
Exactly. Communication does not end because one word is missing. You can describe, gesture, ask, or use a simpler sentence.
That turns the missing word into a learning moment instead of a judgment about my whole ability. What about a mistake that another person notices immediately? That can feel worse than forgetting a word alone.
Good example. Imagine you are speaking in a meeting and say, "Yesterday I go to the office." A coworker says, "You mean, yesterday I went to the office?"
The fact is that I used the wrong verb and someone corrected it.
What story might appear?
Everyone noticed. They think my English is terrible. I should stop speaking.
What happens if you believe that story?
I become quiet. I avoid the next sentence, so one correction ends the whole conversation.
And what useful action could keep you involved?
I could say, yes, I went to the office, thanks, and continue my point.
Exactly. The correction then becomes one small adjustment, not a verdict on your ability.
That is difficult, because embarrassment feels much larger than the actual mistake.
It does. But you do not need to wait for the embarrassment to disappear. You only need a sentence that helps you continue.
Such as, thanks, let me say that again.
Or, yes, that is the word I needed.
Or even, I always mix those two words up.
Yes, a calm response shows confidence more clearly than pretending you never make mistakes.
And the person correcting me may be trying to help, not trying to embarrass me.
That is another possible explanation. We do not have to assume the kindest explanation, but we also do not have to assume the cruelest one.
Fact, story, action gives me enough space to stay in the room.
And enough language to stay in the conversation.
I made one mistake. I can correct it and continue.
One difficult moment does not describe my whole ability. Discipline is not a permanent mental condition where you never become distracted, emotional, or afraid.
It is the action of returning.
Returning to the fact.
Returning to your purpose.
Returning to one useful action.
What if the same thought comes back 5 minutes later?
Then you return again.
That sounds almost too ordinary.
Real discipline is often ordinary. It may look like closing one unnecessary tab, deleting one angry sentence, asking one clear question, or continuing a conversation after forgetting a word.
Not standing on a mountain while powerful music plays?
That is optional.
Haha, good. I do not have a mountain nearby.
Let us create one short return line you can use during the day. I notice the fact.
I question the story.
I choose one useful action.
Again, naturally, I notice the fact, I question the story, and I choose one useful action.
Now we still have one unfinished question.
My meeting.
Exactly. Did you send your manager the additional details?
I did. I nearly got sidetracked by replaying the recording again, but I took a step back and sent the information instead.
Did she reply?
Yes. She asked me to develop the idea for our next meeting.
So what was the fact?
She asked for more information.
What was the story?
Everyone hated my idea, and they think I am incompetent.
And what was the useful action?
Send the details and ask one clear question instead of spending another night guessing.
You assumed the worst because you did not have enough information.
Then I got sidetracked by replaying the meeting.
And finally, you took a step back and chose an action based on reality.
That gives us 3 useful expressions from today: assume, get sidetracked, and take a step back.
Let us use them once more naturally.
I assumed my team hated my idea.
You got sidetracked by replaying the meeting.
Then I took a step back and sent the details.
That brings the whole method together.
Discipline is not never losing focus. It is noticing, choosing, and returning.
And returning does not mean you failed. It means you noticed where your mind went and chose your direction again.
If you would like to practice, write 3 short sentences in the comments. State one fact, identify the story your mind added, and name your next useful action.
Keep it honest, simple, and small. You do not need to share anything deeply personal.
And if this conversation helped you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more practical English conversations.
Your support helps more English learners find these lessons and practice with us.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
Take care of your English, your attention, and the way you speak to yourself.
We will see you next time.
And until then, remember, notice the fact, question the story, and choose one useful action.